glasses off. Good evening, everybody. Oh, not a lot's happened today, so I'll just fill you in quickly. Nice dry morning. I didn't rush to get out of bed this morning though. Nice dry morning, so I had a nice brisk cold walk. Hat, gloves, scarf. I've now found some hand warmers that I had in the cupboard. I'm going to put those in my gloves because my fingers are frozen in the morning. So, and they say it's going to get colder. I hope we don't have any snow. So, had a good walk this morning. Saw my friend with her two little dogs. So we had a long distance chat. So that was quite nice. The dogs had a good run around on the green, all of them. So, came back. I started to sort of clear up in the garden after the wind we had a few nights ago. I'm very sheltered here, so I don't get any damage. I did take I've got a Christmas tree outside, so I took all the lights off of that because they were all over the place. So I dismantled all that, and then I got it back into its corner for the year. So that they looked quite good, and I picked up I'd got 2 or 3 pots on a table holding the covering on the table down, so they were on the floor and all over the place. So I scooped all the plants and put them all in and put that back on the table, and I got 4 little bulbs all askew in my vegetable patch, and they looked like hyacinth bulbs, tiny hyacinth bulbs, and they looked as though they'd been chewed, so I expect mice have got them, and they'd all got roots on, so I haven't got a clue what they are, no idea, but they're just like little bulbs. So I've poked them in a pot and see what happens. Something exciting. I should watch for those. I just can't think what they can be. So that was that. Wiped my windows on my car because they're a bit murky, so I wiped those a bit. Not that I was going out in the car. After all the rain made them all dirty. And the back window always gets really mucky, so I wiped those down. Got the one sheet off the line. That was near about lunchtime, near enough, well, dry enough to be able to bring in. The other one's still a bit wet, so hopefully I'll bring that in tomorrow. But brought one in and got that hung up, well, dried up by the radiator indoors. So that's all ready now to go away because it doesn't need ironing. So that was a bit of luck. And I took down all my Christmas cards and sorted half of them out, decided what ticked them off in my book so that I knew I'd sent and I'd had returned and who hasn't sent me a card and why. Are they all right? Let's make a phone call. So no, I didn't have any of those this year, so that was good. So I've been sorting out the cards, and I've got a few Christmas lights around the fireplace that were falling to pieces, so I took those down. And I had a big bowl of pink roses in the fireplace, which one of the ladies, young ladies that lives in the flats, she goes over to see her mum quite about once a week. So she does a shop in Waitrose over in one of the other villages. And she always texts me and says, I'm going out shopping, is there anything you want? Well, I hardly ever have anything from her because Rachel does my online shop, but sometimes I might sort of say, oh yes, I need some milk, and she often comes back with a bunch of flowers. She always texts me and say, bunch of little surprise on the top of your car, and she says that when they've been reduced, because she loves flowers, she always has a vase of flowers in her window, her kitchen window. If they're reduced, she buys them. She buys me a bunch. So the pink roses, I don't know whether you can see them at the back there, they're more or less finished. So I thought, I've got to throw them out tomorrow. But they've been, 2.5, 3 weeks. They've just been absolutely glorious. Can't believe it. They've been beautiful. So they came out the fireplace. And so I took the lights down from around the fireplace, took those out. So I started taking some of the silly little bits and pieces out. Really cold this evening, so I've just had a shower and I've got my onesie on, as you can see. I shall take the boys out a bit later. I'll wrap myself up, put my welly boots on and just walk across the road. It's only a 5-minute job, just so they can have a tinkle on the green. So nothing much on telly. I've just watched a programme about Monaco and how the rich live over there. I have been there once, but it's just seeing all the yachts and the wonderful glitterati and the beautiful dresses when they have balls and things, and inside Prince Rainier's palace. So it was lovely. I enjoyed that. Nothing much else on, so I've just made myself a coffee, special coffee. I'm very partial to Bailey's. Not, Bailey's coffee. So this time of night I always have a nice cup of coffee with a splash of Bailey's in. Lovely. I didn't sleep very well last night. I don't know why. I just couldn't get to sleep. I kept looking at the clock and thinking, oh dear, come on, get to sleep. So I'd read for a bit more and then try to go again. And then I must have got to sleep, and then next thing was I looked at the clock and I thought it was only been 2 hours. And then I obviously dropped off again, and when I woke up this morning I thought, well, it's obviously time to get up because it's daylight. I looked at the clock, I thought, I'm not rushing. So I took my time and had a nice walk this morning. So I had a couple of phone calls, one each to my girls, and a friend in the village rang me up and said that would I go and walk her daughter's boyfriend's dog a couple of mornings this week because they're both shielding and they can't get out with the dog. So if I call up there tomorrow morning, she'll open the front door and throw the dog out on its lead. I think she said it's a little pug. I'm not sure now, called, I can't remember what she called it now. She sent me a picture, but it didn't materialise. So I said, yeah, I'll take it for a walk. So I'll walk my boys and then I'll go and collect this one at the gate. She said she'll open the front door and shush it out, and then I'll just open the gate and take it for a walk. And then just shush it back in and text her to say that I'm back. And so social distance collecting dog. So I said, I'll take my wipes up with me and wipe the dog over. So she said, oh, okay, it's up to you. I said, no, I won't be touching the dog. I'll have gloves on, so I won't be touching the lead either. But they haven't tested, but they've been told to isolate. So they're isolating. So that was that. I'm going to do that for a couple of mornings. What else did I do? Had a tidy round, washed the kitchen floor, the hall floor, the bathroom floor. Did a little bit of eBaying, put a couple of the games on, sorted them out and put them on, and then I sold one, and I thought, oh, that's great. So I started to get it sorted, to get it packed up, and within 5 minutes there was a message to say, really sorry, but I've got to cancel. I hadn't realised, but my brother has already bought it, so we won't be wanting it. So I had to go through all the rigmarole of cancelling the order. So I thought, oh, I've sold one, that's good fun. No, I haven't. So it's gone back on. So I've just got not much more to do. Finished the jigsaw I was doing, which was it's only a small 500-piece one, but it was a dress shop in the 1950s with sort of Mary Quant models standing there and a couple of customers. It was lovely, actually. I quite enjoyed it. There's another one in the box similar, but it's from the street looking out into the dress shop, and I thought, no, I won't do that one now. I'll do another one, and then I'll go back to this other 500. So I've got a 1,000-piece one out. It's a car with outside a florist shop with all it flowers and a car back opening, obviously going to deliver flowers. So I thought, well, I might have a go at that. I don't normally do jigsaws like that, but my friend brought me 4 along, and I haven't got anything else that I like doing, the funny ones left over. So I thought, well, I'll start this up. It'll give me something. Now and again I'll just put in a couple of pieces, and I sit down when I'm having a cup of coffee in the morning or a cup of tea in the afternoon, I'll put in a few pieces. You say that, you put in a few pieces, and then you look at the time and think, gosh, I've been sitting here for an hour. Another time waster thing, but that's fine. We've got time on our hands. So I did start last lockdown. I started painting the doors in the bathroom and the kitchen, the doors and the door frames, because they were never done when I came here because they were white. And I thought they really need a rub down and doing nicely. So I spent all the time rubbing them down and painting them. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4 doors back and front and the frames. So I rubbed them all down nicely and they're undercoated. So I need to gloss them now. I mean, they look lovely and fresh and white, but I need to gloss them. So I must get down to doing it at some point. Every time I go into my little larder, I look at the paint pot on the floor and think, yeah, I don't feel inclined at the moment. I've got to be in the mood for something like that. So that's about it for today. Let's see whether tomorrow we have anything to report. So, speak to you tomorrow. Good night all.